about mental health in anime. We will be introducing ourselves. And the name of our company is Light of the World. I said that with art, my apologies. And we just thank you all for coming.
All right. Happy Sunday, everyone. I want to be truly authentic and transparent because that's what I believe in. I am freaking out and I am terrified, but here we are to spread the word about mental health and illness. So let's get started. You're probably like, who are we? Well, I'm Xavian, or I go by future Dr. Tate. I have a bachelor's degree in mental health psychology and a minor in STEAM education. And I am an entering first graduate student entering my master's program in mental health counseling. And of course, my favorite anime are Black Butler, Seven Deadly Sins, Fairy Tail, Demon Slayer, and Zatch Bell.
I'm righteously, wholeheartedly, truthfully, and freaking out. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way. So my name is Stacia Tate. My online persona is Shasha the Dweeb. I am a podcaster. I also am an assistant counselor as well as a nurse assistant in the psych ward or behavioral health unit if you want to be fancy.
What's your major?
Oh yeah, we do that, don't we? Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, I'm going to school for journalism with a concentration in creative writing and minoring in psychology.
Yeah.
Oh, favorite anime. That's also why we're here. Ha ha ha. So my favorite anime are Michiko Bihachin, Aretsuko, Beastars. I don't know. I have a lot. And whatever else he wrote up there, honey, is true. Pass it on.
Hello, my name is Portrayed. Also by the name Gali. I am a communication major in concentration in broadcasting. I forgot.
You a whole weed. You the boss of anime.
I know facts. I mean, yeah, I can tell you, at least favorite anime wise, is City Hunter, Glass Mask, Macross, Sailor Moon. I forgot the last one.
I think Space Adventure.
Yeah, Space Adventure Code, but that's the
Nice.
yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us. And then my right hand man, Lord.
Well, you got left though.
Look, you know.
Me,
Come
but,
on. Come on.
Hi everyone, I'm Daniel, call me Phoenix. My major is audio engineering, and my favorite, the concentration is technology. My favorite anime is Cardcaptor Sakura, Ozgen, Dororo, Black Butler, and Fairy Tail.
Love it. Thank you, everyone. And we do have a dear friend of ours. She couldn't be here today, but you'll be hearing a few of her words of affirmation later. Her name is Devin Goodwin, and she's also an assistant counselor. And her background is in psychology, with sociology, concentration, and criminology. So, you're like, who are we? So, we are a small mental health business called Light of the World. Our mission is to bring mental health to life and to shine a light on mental health and illnesses, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because mental health is not always peaches and creams and rainbows. So, we are talking about mental health and illness. We do have a trigger warning. We will be touching heavy topics: suicide, child trafficking, violence, murder, etc. So we do want you to take care of yourselves. If it becomes too much, do whatever it does for you to calm down and bring back to that happy place. And so am I.
And we are here to talk to if you need.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So what is mental health? So according to the World Health Organization, mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her abilities, can cope with the stresses of life, and can work productively contribution to his urban community. While on the other hand, mental illness is a condition that affects a person's thinking, feeling, behavior, or mood and can affect daily living and the ability to relate to others. Another version of mental illness, we love to say mental health condition, or MHCs. So, this is our very first one. We have CL from Black Butler, and he suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder due to the death of his family and his past as a child trafficking survivor. And hopefully it plays the small clip.
Alright, is it supposed to be on Wi-Fi or is it supposed to like download it? If he's trying to get on Wi-Fi, he got it. There's no Wi-Fi, man. I can say I work here. There's no Wi-Fi.
I got Wi-Fi. So it should work. Well, as we wait for the clip, does anyone know Black Butler? Yeah! I Black Butler family! So as we work out the technical difficulties, Black Butler is my dear heart soul. Oh, well, okay. I love this clip. So Black Butler is near and dear to my heart because it is the first anime and manga that I have read up to date. I can't wait for the next volume because I'm hooked. And it is the first anime that I discovered on my own. But to give you context about CL, so like I was saying, CL, okay. But Earl CL Phantom Hive, he is royalty. He lives in England, and he has a demon butler called Sebastian. So CL's tragic past comes up during the anime because he suffers from child sex trafficking, where they beat him, they sexually abused him, and they verbally abused him. And because of that, he always has almost having a good time. But yes, he has post-traumatic stress disorder, and I resonate with CL because I also come from a similar background. I'm not royalty, but I do. And I love you, gotta love my right hand man. But I resonate with CL because I see a lot of me in CL. I do suffer from PTSD. So even though I do this as a ministry, as a passion, like it's very traumatic. The most traumatic moment that always plays in my head is I had a mentee that I mentored died by suicide, and I attended his funeral. So like that would come up, and it would make me doubt myself, like I didn't do enough, and it would give me many panic attacks. So I'm telling you this because I don't have it all together, and because of that, I have a tendency to control things. So like control things that are not outside of my norm. I be trying to control him, I be trying to control her, I be trying to control that. And it's not because I want to, it's just a defense of coping with things. I have just lost. It's the fact that when you lose so much, you just want to like cling onto things, right? But as I go on through my mental health journey, like I cannot control everything, even if I want to. And also controlling everything, it really sucks because you're worrying about this and that, and him and her, and them, but you're not worried about yourself. So like you're putting yourself in a deeper hole. So I have learned to, I have came a long way. I have learned to tone down my control tendencies, and my strategy for those who suffer from PTSD is remember that you can only control you and be the best person that you can be, and turn your painful moments into passion moments. So like when I lost my mentee, I birthed this whole organization to promote mental health. I turned my pain into passion. And I'm very thankful that I get to talk to you all today. So that is my strategy, and thank you so much. As we move on, we have and I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. We move on to as we move on to a lighter note, we are moving on to Def the Kid. He had Soul Eater is amazing. Do we have any Soul Eaters? Yeah! Come on, Soul Eater. It's very great. It's only like 51 episodes. It is worth the time. But I'm gonna let my wonderful sister talk about OCD.
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna read off my notes to tell you what it is, so we all can be on the same page, and then I'll tell you how it resonates in my day-to-day life, and it sucks. I just want to be clear that it sucks for me personally. Okay, so OCD is short for obsessive compulsive disorder. Most people know this already. It can cause significant anxiety. Rituals or compulsions are used to reduce the anxiety caused by said depression. Example, rearranging objects to ensure symmetry or a specific order, which we just seen. Doing things in multiples because it's a good number. Counting objects, letters, or words. Making sure the door is locked repeatedly are all examples. OCD can cause a tic disorder, like said so. A lot of people do that. Blinking, facial tics, etc. There are several OCD subtypes, including obsession with cleanliness, symmetry, and order, and hoarding. Most people with OCD recognize the irrationalness of their disorder, and it's typically the most frustrating part about the illness. Meds include Prozac and Zoloft. OCD is also considered a chronic mental illness, and stress can cause a flare-up in this condition, but it's possible to live a healthy life in this condition. So I resonate with this, unfortunately, because I do have OCD. I typically have like the symmetry part. I want everything to be even. I also do not like odd numbers. Odd numbers freak me out. 8 is my favorite number. If it's not 8, it's probably not great. That's just what I tell myself every day. I have rituals. I have to do the same thing in order every day, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. It gets bad. I think the most showers I've taken in one day was 6, and that's only because my brain keeps saying, you're not clean. Do it again. You're not clean enough. You're not clean enough. When I wash my hands, you're only supposed to do like the happy birthday song. Mine might be 5 minutes. I just don't know. And if I cut her off, and I'm like, okay, that's good enough. We're gonna be late. Let's just cut it off. That's a big no-no, because my brain is really going to ruin my day. And she's like, you're dirty. That's not good enough. Go do it again. Now you got to take a whole shower. And then that's kind of how I roll into that many showers, because I didn't do what my brain told me to do in the first place. So it is redundant. It is also extremely frustrating. I can't step on cracks. The volume cannot be on 13. No. No. Everything has to be even and equally aligned, or else I will wholeheartedly freak out. And I try to control it, like things like this, like I have to do things in 8s. Everything, it started off in 2s, and then my brain told me 2 was not a good number, so then we moved to 4. So 4 is an okay number, but 8 is a better number. So everything I do now is in 2 sets of 4, because 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm still getting my evens, but I'm still reaching my goal of 8. So that's about it for my boring OCD life. I do appreciate you for coming and listening, but it gets better, people. Just try to find you a support group that loves you for who you are and your weird ways. You are loved.
I will. Thanks, or Shasha. We'll go ahead. So, being back off of her, I live with her. Pray for me. But I do love her, and I do understand. And as we move on, we all know, as we move on to our next one, we all suffer from anxiety in some form or fashion. OCD is a form of anxiety. PTSD is a form of anxiety. So now, of course, this is Demon Slayer Con. So who knows anxiety the best? Zenetsu. So yes, and without further ado, I bring you Daniel.
So, as you know, we all suffer from our different niches. This one happens to be mine, as well as low self-esteem. And it does get better, but some of the things that, like this right here, talking in front of a lot of people, this doesn't for me. But I have been working on it, and I've got the things get better, like practice what I'm gonna say, try not to make too much direct eye contact, like I'll look at you but not at you, I look in your direction. But it happens to a lot of people to easily get overwhelmed, and some of the things that helps is to breathe, kind of find your own safe spot in your mind, and notice that not everybody's out here to get you. It can come from a lot of things. It can come from past experience growing up, how you interacted with other people. Things like bullying can have an effect on your anxiety and how you see yourself and your self-esteem. And that's the problem I had growing up, because I was bullied. And also even got to the point where I did attempt, trigger warning, I did attempt suicide, but I am a survivor, thankfully, over 6. Thank you. But doing things like that and finding things that you find passionate, like for me it's music, and I turned that passion into a career that I want to go for. So finding things like that that help keep you going, generating a why to stay here, it helps a lot. So I was getting my voice shakes a little bit. But things like that, and finding different things to keep you going day to day. Looking forward to things, maybe journal how you feel, which I do a lot. And find things just to entertain yourself and live your life to the best of your ability without worrying about stigmas and what other people may think of you. Some things are easier than others, but it helps to keep yourself moving forward.
you have some wise words. You know that? Because, listen, and this is why, just a nice disclaimer. This is why he has been my best friend of 8 years. I have tried this man plenty of times. I'm like, why are you here? But like, even when he has his own anxiety, he makes that safe space where I can be vulnerable, and I can yell, and I can scream, and I can express my anxiety. So, thank you. What's up? Thank you, Dan, on anxiety. And as we move on from anxiety, we have imposter syndrome. Has anyone experienced imposter syndrome? I have been there, done there. We have this wonderful clip, Takamichi Tokyo Revengers. But I'm gonna put my 2 cents in on imposter syndrome. So a nice fun fact, I love education. So when I graduated, my brain was like, what's next? You're not doing enough. You're not doing anything. But guess what? I am. But this ain't my portion, but I just wanted to speak a little on imposter syndrome. And we got Takamichi on. This is Sub, by the way. And then we got Kigali.
Alright, so I do understand the clip isn't sub, so it probably might be hard for everybody to understand it because I don't think anybody really knows Japanese. Kudos to you. But basically in the clip, Takamichi is at a low point. He basically is trying to stop something from happening, and something happens to prevent him, and he gets beat up, and then he's just like, I don't know what I can do next. It's just, I feel as though I've done everything I can. It's just no matter how hard I try, nothing ever works out. So a little bit of background on Takamichi in general. He's just a character. Basically, in Tokyo Revengers, he sees watching the news, sees his girlfriend is dead on the news, or ex-girlfriend died on the news, and he, after a series of events, goes back in time. He's gonna go back in time 12 years. So he wants to use the time to try to save everybody, but it seems like every time he goes back into the future, something worse is happening after he fixed something. So he keeps going back and forth trying to fix things, and things keep getting worse and worse and worse. And so I think he's already like jumped like 2 or 3 times by this point, and he's just kind of like, it's like no matter what I do, I can't get things right, nothing just goes the way I want it to. And so that's really basically kind of like what imposter syndrome is, where, you know, you sit there and you try to do so much, or you try to help people out, or you try to do what you can do, and you feel like it's never enough, or you can't get it done, and you get to that point where it's like, you know, let's say for example, you might want not like can't speak today. You don't want to rely on other people to help you out. You may set standards or goals for yourself that's too high for you to feel. Like, for example, let's say I can't jump 5 feet, and then maybe like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna keep trying, maybe I'm just hit 3 feet or something later. You know, you just set standards that's too high for you to exceed, and you burn yourself out. You just cause so much problem. You overwork yourself, and it's not good. I can't speak to it. It's not good for you. But yeah. Takamichi kind of resonates with me because he's kind of like me. I see him. I see a lot of myself in him. He's you know, I always set myself as a loser. You know, just you know, I grew up anime guy and stuff like that. You know, that wasn't really well received like 10 years ago. So you know, I always get picked on and stuff. I got beat up a lot and stuff, got into fights and whatnot. Not because I was a bad person, but people didn't like me because of the things I liked and who I was. But it's kind of like, you know, he's just one of those people. He's trying his best. I try as hard as I can. I always try to help people out, even when people kind of don't want to help too. But it's like sometimes I feel like I do so much to help people out, or I feel like I do so much work, so much good, and then, you know, one bad thing happens, and it's like all the bad is out there. It's like, but I saved a puppy, a dog, I saved this person, I stopped the train from getting scared, and then I break a vase, and, you know, I'll be like super trouble. So it's just kind of like, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, you really just kind of it puts you in a really bad spot. I want to say, especially, I want to say last year was kind of hard on me because I graduated college last year, last December, but I had a really rough time that last year. COVID messed up everything. I can't do online classes, and I'm a really, really super bad procrastinator, so that caused me issues. I had to deal with a lot of family stuff that was going on in my life and stuff too, and then on top of everything else, just trying to manage like myself. I get stressed out with like too much work and stuff, and then my job stressing me out too. So I'll be trying to like balance having to do a lot of schoolwork or trying to have fun, like play some video games and watch anime and stuff. And then sometimes that takes longer than it should, and then cuts into my schoolwork time, yada yada. And so I'll be trying to do too much, and I hit a really low point at one point where I almost broke down. I was like, man, I'm not gonna graduate. And then I think the thing that helped me out the most is having other people to rely on. Is the thing that kind of helps me out the most. I had talked to my girlfriend that day, and she was one kind of motivated me. Was like, man, you literally like right at the end of the door. And I don't know who it was, but it was somebody who told me this. It's like, speak things in the truth. If you speak things in the truth, manifest things, you can get it done. I was some people, I may or may not graduate, and they were like, no, tell them that you are going to graduate. Just tell yourself you're going to graduate. Don't know how I graduate, but I may not graduate, so I'm not going to worry about that. Thank the teachers that bumped my grade up, all the teachers that bumped my grade up. But I'd say having people to rely on, people to kind of help you and push you and motivate, people that actually care about you, that can uplift you, really help you out more than anything else with this. Yeah, that's really all my 2 cents on it, or like 5 cents.
Thank you so much, Kagan, for sharing some of you with us. So.
Yeah, anytime.
And also, congratulations on graduating. That's hard.
What about you? Because you was the same day, right?
What's up? Little on me?
Yeah, we graduated together, remember?
I ain't know that. What's
Yeah.
So yes, as we move on, we come from anxiety, imposter syndrome, and even depression. Has anyone experienced a depressive episode before? It's not fun. Well, our wonderful friend Devin is here to talk to you all.
Hi everybody, my name is Xavian Tate, and I will be briefly discussing what depression is. So, depression by definition is the elevation or lowering of somebody's mood, or the loss of personal interests, such as, let's say, if you like painting, you don't like painting anymore, you just have a passion for it, things like that. Depression and I are very acquainted. Needless to say, I have major depressive disorder. So, depression for me is like being in a body of water, like the ocean, and not knowing how to swim, or not being able to swim. It can get very dark. It's very lonely, or it feels like I'm lonely. Depression is also very selfish. But I'm here to tell you that there is a remedy, kind of, sort of, however you prefer. My remedy here is to, talk with your friends, talk with a professional, or, get some medication. Medication and therapy as a combination are very helpful, at least for me they are. And my message of hope would be stay strong. This depression doesn't always last every single day. It may be there, but it does not define you. It is not a flaw in character. It is a flaw in character.
I love our friend Devin. She put that together so beautifully. So, and then of course we have Shinji, since this is mental health portrayed in anime, and Kagali. Would you like to explain?
Yeah, yeah, I can't explain this. This is one of my favorite animes of all time. So the sad, depressed kid right there is Shinji. I guess in that part of the series, he's gone through a lot. He's kind of from the start of the series, he's always kind of been a loner. He's never really had friends. He doesn't know how to interact with people. He's kind of a people's pleaser. Somebody asks him to do something, he's just going to do it. No thought process behind it. Unless it's something that's kind of outlandish. And I guess a lot of things he has problems with. I guess with his father, he wants to kind of. I guess the thing he kind of seeks most for a long time is just gratification from his father because his father's never really just kind of ever said anything to him unless he needed him. Like in the series, he only appeared in the series because his father asked him to do something for him. That was literally it. But yeah, he's just down there, I guess, and he got better. He started making friends throughout the series, and he started becoming a better, well, I said not better person, but he started becoming a more social person, started, getting used to being around people and having fun, and then a lot of series and events happen, and he just goes on a downhill scale, which really doesn't have to get better until the very last second. You got anything to add to that?
Yeah, you said it perfect. So yes, but depression is in front. So if you have friends, if you have friends who are depression, I will say be extremely empathetic. Give yourself grace. Give them grace. Because it can be a lot. And as you take care of them, take care of yourself as well. So, as we are wrapping up, we have talked about a lot in these past few minutes. So, what does Demon Slayer always want us to do? Breathe. So, I want you to breathe with us. I know it's loud, so in case y'all wasn't able to hear, I'm pretty sure. We want you to breathe. Like, everyone just take a deep breath with me. Now relax and exhale. Anybody feel like screaming? It's just like that man. Release all the sounds from your mind. So yes, as we wrap up, first of all, give yourselves a round of applause for being here. And we're so proud of each and every one of you. Also, second of all, thank you so much for coming to our wonderful panel. We hope you feel inspired and empowered. And here are some words of affirmation from our friends. Our friend Solo Wilson says, what does he say, Dan?
He says, you made it so far. Every day is something to be proud of. I'm proud of you, even if you aren't.
So, thank you so much for Solo. And then our wonderful friend Will, he's also our intern, says, it gets better. And then, to close us out with words of affirmation, we have Jagura. when I told you I replayed this clip over and over for myself, I really, hearing Zenetsu's backstory, finding out he had black hair, I was like, what? I thought he just had yellow, I always thought he had gold hair. But this man climbed a tree. I can't climb trees no more. I'm talking about. Got struck by lightning and survived.
Well, if you haven't seen the anime, he definitely just spoiled it. Woo!
Well, I'm not trying. It's a lot more than that, but you really listen to all that, but you really should watch it. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's all. That is nothing. That is nothing compared to the amazing lessons that you learn in Demon Slayer. Watching Demon Slayer, it reminded myself of my own family, and my mom, and my sister, and my brother who lives in Anderson with mom, but like, and my bond with friends, and how it made them stronger. All the hell that they've been through, the doubts, the literally almost dying here and there and everywhere. But the fact that at the end of the day, they still survive, and then they heal, and they keep going and help others heal, that speaks wonders to me, and I love it. So if y'all never seen Demon Slayer, I wish you. And then, of course, we have the wonderful mental health resources. We have the Crisis Center Hotline, 205-323-777. Domestic Violence Hotline, 800-799-7233. We have the National Suicide Hotline, 800-273-8255. Yeah, if you don't want to verbally speak, we do have the crisis text line, 741-7401. You can text that one. And of course, emergency number, 911. And of course, follow us on social media. We have our link tree. It's on lr.ge/LWI Court. And then I have my phone number and also email address if you want to connect with me. But let's talk. Hold on, as we wrap up, do we have any questions?
I'm just gonna ask if we can go back to the one with the numbers on it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Gotta help somebody, you know?
Yes. Yeah. And what's up? Do you have any questions or any comments? What is the affirmation? Anime that you recommend that we didn't put on here? We always look to do that.
Nope, it looked like they're tired of us.
All right, well, thank you. What's up? Well, we know it's Sunday, and we know. And what's up? We know.
I do have a last minute question.
Oh, hey.
What are your thoughts on being medicated?
What's up? Being Medicare. That's a good question. What's up? Station?
Did you say being medicated?
Yes, medicated.
What are your thoughts on being Medicare?
You mean like in general or for like a specific illness?
Just like,
Or are we speaking of self-medicating?
so I would say more from a professional, medication from a professional. If we were wanting, I guess since we're speaking more of mental health, I would say, how do you feel on being professionally medicated for a mental illness?
So medications do vary from individual to individual. I do feel like it's trial and error. Me personally, I like to figure things out on my own. I have a huge issue asking for help. I don't even want you to assume that I need help. I'd rather crawl in a deep dark hole and suffer in it by myself. Oh yes. Oh yes. Pride is the devil. So not a remedy that you cannot find in my kitchen. Okay, there's ginger root, there's aloe vera, there's turmeric. If there's some herbs in my kitchen, except yes. So I'm more so of I think it's called holistic, medicated person. But if it does not get better for you, I do want you to go seek professional help because they're licensed, stamped, and certified. So they could tell you what to do better than I could. So everything varies person to person. So what works for me may not work for you and vice versa. So, and also medications vary person to person too. So just because Prozac helps you, it may flare mine up even worse, or vice versa. You kind of, thank you for coming, baby. So you kind of just, everything is trial and error in your life. Illnesses, mental illnesses, everything is trial and error. So just keep in mind that just because one doesn't work doesn't mean the next one won't work. You have to keep that little piece of optimism in your mind, like, okay, well, that didn't work. I mean, it's okay to feel how you're feeling. I'm all for feel how you feel. But after you freak out and you scream and you might possibly punch a hole in the wall, after that, go talk to somebody and say, hey, sweetheart, this is not working. What else do you have? Did that answer your question?
Go ahead, Stacia. Yes. Anybody else want to? What's that? She showed it.
What about self-medication?
Cool. So self-medication, honestly, is, I want to say it's a big no-no. Because it can lead to other things. Now, although I drink a lot of teas, that's just my remedy. That's just how I get through my day-to-day. I'm kind of like the grandma Erica Badu of the group. There's not, I promise you, if there's a tea, it's definitely in my cupboard. So that's just how I get through my things. But I don't have any, like, what I have going on isn't as severe as other people's. I'll word it like that because I want to make sure I'm not downplaying on anyone's symptoms or illnesses. Self-medicating, but that gets really rough because how do you know? That's trial and error too, but I really just prefer you not do that because you don't have a professional to tell you, oh, well, that's bad. It's because you're probably not telling anyone that you're doing it. And if you are telling someone you're doing it, they're probably using it with you. And they're not going to sit there and say, that's too much, because they're also self-medicating. And it also ties in with you walk who you hang around. So you also have to watch who you tell things to. That's important as well, because you want to make sure your support group has the absolute best intention for you. So just watch your surroundings, watch who you hang around, and personally, I would say just don't self-medicate. I would run it by a professional first, someone with a plaque on the wall, stamped and certified, that's been in college for ever. Because that's how long it takes to be a doctor, forever. Girl, to me.
It depends on what time. But yeah.
Anything else?
You have a question?
I like these questions.
All right.
Well, what's your favorite anime when you're like super sad or you just had a bad day? You just go back home and you watch and you bounce back with it.
That's a good question.
Come on.
You want to answer?
Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just think on that.
Yeah.
Well, personally for me, I have to say Dororo because this how hopefully no spoilers, but the backstory line behind Dororo was his father. He was a ruler of a kingdom that was doing poorly. So instead of playing the guy, he played for something else entirely different. Not gonna stand on that, but and he said, take whatever you want from Nike and be successful. And when his son was, at this moment, his son was being born. So when he finally came out, he didn't have skin, arms, eyes, legs, nothing. But even at that, as a baby, he persisted to live. So time goes on, and he grows up, and he's still fighting to live. He's making a successful living for himself. And as he goes on, he kills a monster, and as after he kills it, he starts to get a body part back. And throughout this story, he goes on to find how to get the rest of his body back. So he's going through his entire existence, can't see, hear, feel, touch, nothing. But still finds a way to live and gets back to where he can stand on his own.
That's mad.
Dororo, D-O-R-O-R.
I have too many, but
Let's give her one good one.
I'm sorry. I say fairy tale, like even because I know right what's called, but like yeah, like fairy tale. I really love how fairy tale deals because it focuses on friendship. And when I have my mental health journeys, it isolates me from everyone. So like it feels like I'm all alone. When I put on fairy tale, I watch the even if I don't watch the whole anime, I watch the clips, the funny moments, especially Juvia. If you just watch it with Juvia alone, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh and cry with her. Because she's obsessed with Gray, and her power is just freaking amazing. But fairy tale differently because it reminds me that hey, I am not alone. I have a circle of friends that I can call on. I have Dan, I have Golly, I have my sister Station, I have my friend Solo, I have Devin. Everyone else is not here. I have them. All I gotta do is pick up the phone like, hey, today is not a good day. And then they're gonna present the tissues and popcorn and snacks. And we just wanna have a whole family therapy session. So yeah.
Mine is simple. Mine is definitely Agresco. It is in Netflix original. One of the only Netflix originals I will support. But it's basically because she can scream for me. Because typically when I need to scream, it's not a great time. Hey! I mean, bye! I don't know. How was the day? I don't know. But yeah, so Agresco because she can scream for me.
Are we still doing questions?
Yeah.
What's up? We have one more question.
Me?
Yeah, you can go in there and we'll do her.
So, I was just going to touch on some of the things like self-medication and making sure your medication. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. Sorry, I just got distracted. But one disorder you didn't go over, but I think it's probably been references in anime is bipolar disorder, which is, I mean, depression comes with that, so it's like back and forth. And I can't really think of an anime off the top of my head, but I'm sure there is some character that's done it, some character that has it, sorry. Yeah, but I was just gonna say I really want to like, I missed the page where it was in contact you, or yeah. Yes, I would like to contact you because I have my own video I created about bipolar disorder.
Yes, please!
And I loved how at the beginning you talked about how, you know, we're going to show the bad and the ugly, and that's exactly what I did with this video. And I felt really proud. I animated the whole thing. I didn't have anyone animate it for me.
That is freaking amazing. Please contact
Yeah,
us.
I can give you my my social media name and all that. But I made it. It's like okay, so I take this really happy, upbeat song. I have these characters sing it, and they hold hands, and it's like all kid friendly, and there's rainbows, and everything seems fine. But then it has like a dark twist to it.
Yeah.
To show the irony that you can feel happy at one moment and then just like, oh, I fuck everything now. And sorry, my language. But
Again, the good, the bad, the ugly.
But I struggle with bipolar disorder, so I also have anxiety and cover that. I also have a little bit of OCD, not to the point. I have ADHD, which kind of plays back and forth. Yeah. I like I was listening to what you say. I do this all the time with my fingers, and I'll double check things, and then I'll be like, I just did this. Why do I? And I hate being sticky. I hate the feeling of stickiness on my hands. I like have to go wash it like several times until I'm happy. So I just want to say you guys are really brave, and I really appreciate it. I actually had to decide whether I wanted to go to Christina V's or this, so I decided to come to this, and I'm really glad I did.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
And I would love to be here all day. God knows I would. 'Cause this is amazing.
Yeah,
But
I can give you.
it's that, unfortunately, our time is up. But catch us in the hallway because we also do have journals that we are selling. Just BT journals. So if you want to start your therapeutic journaling journey, come find us. Yeah. And other than that, again, thank you so much for your time, and you all are amazing. Have a good day, and we will see you all next time.
And if no one